everybody, welcome back to Plum Figgy. This is Tammy. Okay, so I thought I would jump back in here into my craft room over my lunch today because I felt like the video that I put out this morning kind of ended in a way that I felt like I had a little bit more to say, and I just didn't say it in the one that I did last night. I was exhausted. And I guess, anyway, so the things that I wanted to say are, well, I had other images that I had pulled out, and then I also had kind of shown this, but not really shown this. This is another thing that I found on bookoutlet.com, and again, this is not necessarily something I maybe want to use all the different colors that they're doing in these, like I mentioned in the one last night, or that you saw this morning, or earlier today, whenever you might be watching this, I don't know. But there's some really cool images in here that I think could be really fun to just kind of add to various different images, book pages, magazine pages, whatever you might have available, scrapbooking pages, your journaling pages that you want to incorporate into a book. And the one that I did last night, oh my god, what is going on? What is going on with this? Okay, let's get rid of that. The one that I did last night, really, it took longer than I expected it to take, but I feel like partly that was because it was the first time I'd really done it, and so anytime you do anything brand new for the first time, I mean, it's not the first time I've embroidered, obviously, but it's the first time I've really done that on paper, and especially paper that I had packed with some thicker paper, and so that just generally took longer, and I felt bad because, too, this is the other reason why I wanted to come back on today, or later today. I felt bad because I didn't really show you the actual process of doing the embroidery, which maybe you're not necessarily here for that, and there's tons of other videos, YouTubers out there who that's what they do and they're really good at it. I found that, and I just kind of wanted to explain this, I found that the process that I was planning to do is the whip stitch, where you basically you basically have the front of your piece up at all times, but because it's paper and not fabric, and it was thicker paper than I probably should have done, I was noticing, I mean, you might have noticed when I first started I was trying to do it that way. I noticed that it was just really going to damage the paper because it was bending, and you know, fabric, it's meant to bend and be pliable, and maybe not so much paper. And so I ended up having to go back and forth like this to find the hole that I needed to come back up through and just do that same stitch, but in the beginner, longer way. And so that's why I didn't show as much in the actual embroidery part of it, because as I was editing that, I mean, it was hard for me to watch, and especially on fast forward, just going back and forth. So for anyone who's triggered by those kinds of things, and I'm sorry, I know I talk with my hands, so I apologize for that, but I just kind of wanted to come back on quickly and kind of explain that a little bit, and then kind of just show you a little bit of what else I have kind of in my stash that I'd like to work on. I didn't mention this last night, but I will go ahead and do that lotus, and in this Natural Splendor embroidery designs, there is, I don't know, Becker and Mayer books, looks like, that's and there's the number for it, or the ISBN there if you wanted to find it. I did not spend that much money on this. I think it was probably $5 or $6. Anyway, taking away all the colorful threads that they use and just looking at the designs themselves, I'm just like, ooh, yeah, definitely gonna do the mushrooms. I mean, all of these. How cute would this ladybug be, right? You could really do something cute with that. You know, the dandelion, any of these things. So there actually is a lotus flower in here that I thought would really be perfect for this picture. So right here, and it's actually the perfect size. So I think I will do that on my own. I think this one's going to take longer than I have time for at the moment, but and maybe I won't even do any stitching right now. I do still need to make my lunch, but I thought I'd just quickly show you these other designs that were in this. So I'm making a bee journal and now I'm thinking, maybe I should embroider a bee onto a page. That would be fun. And this dragonfly, like, a whole lot more interesting and cool than the book would suggest. So anyway, I probably will make copies of these pages so that I don't ruin the originals and use those for my transferring. But I kind of wanted to walk you through that. And then there were a bunch of other photos that I had pulled out that, you know, my goal is to get you guys revved up and inspired, hopefully, to maybe take an idea that I do and make it work for yourself. I know that my taste or the things that I might be drawn to maybe aren't what other people would necessarily be drawn to. You know, this isn't polarizing in any way, but I can totally understand how this type of image you might appreciate, but you wouldn't do it for your own personal thing. So I'm just going to kind of walk through a couple other just ideas and things that I had pulled out, and I still have this book handy. So I'll just do this here. Okay. So this came from the most recent, what magazine is this? I always forget. Real Simple magazine. And I pulled it out because I like it. It's really sweet. The colors are cool. It looks like a place that I want to hang out in. And I thought, well, this could be a really cool one. I mean, you would need to back it because it's, you know, it's just a magazine page. It's not real thick. I'm thinking, oh my God, the wallpaper is cats. I love it even more. Okay, I'm turning into a cat person, you guys. I mean, I've always been, but I'm letting it show more. It's just between us. You don't have to tell anybody. It's our little secret. Because, you know, it's okay that I like cats. I like dogs too, but I just prefer to have cats. And the fact that I'm also single, it's just, I'm trying not to have that stigma, and it's very hard. I mean, a lot of people always want to give me a hard time about it, so maybe I'm just more uptight about it than I should be. But I should just own it, right? So, okay. So my idea for this picture is, you know, you could do a flower, you could do anything. You could do a cat embroidered on here if you had a really cute cat face or something. You could just do some lines, just little patches of lines, kind of like what I did in my collage for this week. Just pick a few places and just draw, embroider some short little lines and just add some texture that way. Or if you didn't want to do lines, you could do little crosses or, you know, maybe some leaves going up the side. These are just kind of some ideas that I had as I was going through my magazines. This is from a Somerset Studio magazine from 2017, from the August or fall. Their digital magazine. So these are digital. This is digital art that people have created. And I just picked out a couple, maybe not necessarily for doing embroidery on, but just because I liked them. But you could add some kind of embroidery to this or this. I mean, you know, These are some Christmas ones. How fun would it be to embroider like a Christmas tree on here, or some holly, or, you know, a bell or something like that, you know? So I guess my point here is, don't take the one example that I did to heart, because there are so many other ways that you could do this, and it would be really fun to try. So here's another one. It's gorgeous and awesome as it is, but I'm thinking, what if we added a big old flower down here or something? You know, I mean, just adding a little bit more texture to this page, to this design. Same thing with this. It could be just about anything. Maybe you had an image of a lady from the 50s and you'd want to embroider something like that. Or maybe an icon, maybe from the 50s. She's dressed in like a 50s style dress, is what I'm seeing here. So yeah. I really... Well, and look at this line. This is embroidered on the paper that they used, or maybe it was drawn that way. But you could kind of extend that idea into something a little bit more. Maybe you branch that off into a viney flower or something that's been embroidered. Here's a great one. So this is just part of an image. I think 42. Yeah. So this was a spread in the magazine. And it's a ballet shoe. I don't know how easy it is to see that because it's very close up, but here's the point of the shoe, and then this is the ribbon to tie the shoe on. I look at this one separately, all on its own. Obviously, you no longer see a shoe. You see a little bit of text. It looks kind of gray and dark. For me, this is a journaling card, 100%, but it needs more. What if we embroidered a nice flower in a nice dark or muted color tone onto this? I mean, how cool would that be? Really neat. Or you could do like a neat border, or, you know, could be anything really. So that's another idea. And this one, I mean, I'm not seeing shoes necessarily. I probably would cut this off at about here, and my focus now is on the flowers, and I really love this text over here. So what could I do maybe to enhance that? That one border that I had marked, well, any of these borders really. I mean, this could be cool. Actually, I skipped over this yesterday while I was filming, but when I was editing the video, I was like, oh my god, how did I not notice that? This would be so cool, done all in one color, maybe a little bit larger. You know, it's just, the possibilities are endless. But in my mind, I'm coming back to this one, and I'm seeing that as a border on this page. Again, all in one color, maybe not white, maybe like an ecru, or a color that matches better with the colors that are already happening there. So yeah, just kind of wanted to come back and kind of, I guess, close the loop on that whole idea that I did last night. Here's another one. Again, really awesome image on its own. What if we added some birds? What if we added, I don't know. This is kind of a darker mood, so maybe we wouldn't want to do something super bright and happy. But again, just adding some texture with maybe some random lines in different places. Yeah. All of these things could be really cool. This is one I pulled out of a Daphne's Diary catalog magazine. Again, I think from 2017. I haven't bought any new Daphne's Diary for, I guess, a couple years. It's probably time for me to go find some more. But I absolutely love this picture. It just speaks to me. It's like, again, I want to be there. I want to have fun. I want to use those paintbrushes and just make something cool. I'm seeing in my head again, there's a lot happening here. So to add more to that, probably I'd not want to add a bunch of small busy things, but maybe one larger motif of something, so that then that becomes the main focus, and then the background is all this other cool stuff. So yeah, that's kind of what I see on that one. I pulled this one out. Well, it's kind of following along the same lines. I mean, I like that they're showing, this is, let's see, Paris during the time that Victor Hugo lived there, around 1830. So kind of a really cool architectural type image. Again, in my mind, I'm thinking it would be neat to add some kind of big flower on there or something, just to add some interest, I guess. Because, you know, they're already kind of suggesting that with this in the background. So, yeah, pulled that one out. I love this picture. I've purposely not used it yet, but border, really cool border could be neat. I don't know. I mean, it's really awesome on its own as it is, right? But what else could you do? There's a bird in the vase. Maybe you did a larger bird coming out from the side, potentially. And maybe that same dark blue color, or even like the purple, dark purple color. That's what I'm gravitating towards. Yeah, I think that would be really cool. And then here's the last one that I pulled. Again, I'm seeing like this on the side of a page, or as a belly band, or a big journaling card. And 100% I would do a border, maybe in white, a decorative border along the side, just to kind of enhance what's already there. It's just really pretty already. So yeah, so anyway, this is kind of what I had the rest to say in my video that I put out this morning, and I guess I just didn't say it in the way that I should have, and I kind of wanted just to kind of come back and close the loop on that little thing. And who knows, maybe you'll see me incorporating some of these ideas in my journals going forward. I'm going to definitely do this one, and this will be hanging in my craft room, I think. It's a really cool, I mean, I'm Christian, I'm Lutheran. I don't follow this religion, but this is just a peaceful, evoking image. And when I come into my craft room, I want to feel peaceful and happy and, you know, glad to be here. So yeah, so anyway, hope this is helpful for anyone, or interesting maybe not helpful if you don't want to go about doing sewing. I totally get that too. You got to be in the right mood for trying new things sometimes. And yeah, this one is one that fortunately I've learned at a pretty young age, so it's kind of second nature for me to pick up some string and a needle and do whatever I do. But anyway, it maybe hopefully helped with ways of thinking about pictures that you might have around and you're not quite sure what to do with. You don't need to sew on them. You could do all of the things that I just said with some paper, stickers, excuse me, ephemera that you might have. You know, it's basically kind of just like collaging in a different form and fashion using a different medium, right? You could paint a photo, you could paint a lotus flower on here, or, you know, if that's what you're comfortable with, or sketch one and color it in maybe. So anyway, okay, it's Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe and healthy. I'm eagerly awaiting my COVID vaccine whenever I can get one. I hope you guys are all actively looking for yours and taking it, because yeah, the more people that get vaccinated, the faster we can all get back to real regular life again. How exciting. So okay, that's it for me. I'm gonna stop rambling and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.